passion in life is what I'm talking about this morning, so excuse me if I get excited or start going in a different direction, but we'll be doing I'll need some help with some installation of the drills and things like that. But what I want to talk this morning about is defensive back skill development. And through all of my time coaching, I've been fortunate and blessed to work with a lot of great players. We've won championships in a lot of places I've been, but it was never really about myself as it was more about the players, putting in the effort in the technique and the development. There's a lot of things that go into playing, successfully as a defensive back, but there were always, we'll start out with just the 5 basic fundamentals that we always tried, and I've always done in my career through learning as a young coach and being blessed to be around some NFL people, that coached and played in the NFL as well. But these 5 skill development areas are the ones we try to do every day in practice. You would say these are your everydays. These are things that are more important than anything else as we talk. And it always starts with your eyes. Okay, you play the game with your eyes. Okay, wherever your eyes are telling you to go, that's where your feet are going to move. That's what's going to happen. Right? Whether you're looking at the correct thing in your keys, your stance, alignment, your eyes are going to tell you where to go and how to do it. Right? So we always talk about that in a motor skill. Vision, there's 2 types of vision. Okay? There's direct vision, right? And then what I call horizontal vision. Right? So direct vision means I'm looking at you right now. Right? That is direct vision. Right? But I can also see that the gentleman beside you has a beard, and the guy behind you has a beard, and the guy behind him has a hat on. Right? So there's direct vision and there's horizontal vision. Right? Those are both important. Right? Some people call it the big picture. Right? So again, I'm looking at direct vision view. Right? But I'm also seeing what's going on around you. Okay? So those 2 topics of vision are very important for playing defensive back, right? And we always communicate that to our players, okay? You see playbooks drawn up and it says keys, right? All right, here's stance, alignment, key, right? Key, in my mind, says, what is that? That's direct vision, right? Your direct vision should be on this, right? If I'm guarding a man in coverage, okay, and we say put your direct vision on his hip that you're controlling, for example, okay? If I want to take away the outside, right, my direct vision should be on the hip I'm controlling, right, in man coverage we're talking about right now. All right, let's say we're playing zone coverage as another example, right? Well, we're playing a high third, you're a deep zone player, right? Coach tells you to what? Read the quarterback, right? Right? Go back to grade school common sense, and I say this to professional players just like I did if I was coaching a junior high player, right, a youth player. I would say, look, it's as simple as this. In man coverage, the man's going to take you to the ball. Right? In zone coverage, the ball's going to take you to the man. Right? It doesn't get any simpler than that. Right? And it's no more exact than that. Right? That's as simple as it gets, and that tidies it up into a nutshell for you, right? How many times you're in man coverage, you see DB taking a peek in the backfield, right? Right? The ball's not going to take you to the man. If you're in man coverage, that man's going to take you to the ball, right? If you're in a deep zone, right, and the number 2 receiver's running down the field, but the quarterback's throwing the ball over there, you should be what? Breaking on the ball, right? Now, today's football at the higher levels is getting, less and less of the typical spot drop and break on the ball and that sort of thing, but it's still the concept of those 2 things we talked about, right? You're either playing man or zone. There's a lot of matchup zones going on now at the higher levels, like in college and professional football, where you're keying. But again, as you think about vision and you're coaching players, always think about direct vision and horizontal vision, right? So your keys are important. That gets you started, right? That's the starting point, period, right? If your eyes are wrong, you're not going to be in what? You're not going to be in the right position, right? You're man coverage and you're looking in the backfield, you're going to lose the guy deep or whatever happens there, all right? So play the game with your eyes. T&T, that would kind of the talk Johannes just gave about takeaways, right? Tackle and takeaways. That's what T&T means. That's what it stands for. Tackling and takeaways, right? We start every day, every practice in NFL Europe and the CFL, wherever I've been. If we've got an individual period at the start of practice, every practice we don't, but most of them you do, right? We always try to start out with the contact part of the game, right? So these things as they go, obviously we're going to go to eyes first. We're going to work on tackling and takeaways every day, every single day. Most tackles that you make, there's about 4 or 5 tackles, and I have a slide on that a little bit later. Most tackles that you make present an opportunity to take the ball away, if you coach that, right? It's like a mindset. I heard Johannes talk about that. It's a mindset to take the ball away, right? But you've got to start that. We start that at the very first tackling drill, right? If we're working on a chest tackle, right, we talk about thump and rake, right? You want to thump him and then rake the ball. Okay, if you're going on a profile tackle, what I call profile tackle, where you can see the profile of the guy on it. A lot of people call that an ankle tackle, right? We call it a shoulder tackle, right? We never talk about the head. That's been gone out of the football jargon for a long time, right? But if I'm executing a shoulder tackle, there's an opportunity to create a turnover, a takeaway there, right? Interceptions happen, but there's so many more opportunities to do what? Cause a fumble, right? Cause a fumble, right? Teach your players when they're making tackles how to execute the tackle and take the ball away, right? There's only about 2 tackles out of the 5 or 6 that there are that you're just going for the takedown, right? One I call a gator roll. The gator roll where the guy's, while he's breaking away, I just got to put my near ear on the thigh board and grab those legs and twist him down like I'm taking down a steer in a cattle rustle, right? Okay? That's not an opportunity for a takeaway. But every time I'm up fitting a player, I'm fitting a ball carrier up, and it's a receiver with the ball or a running back or whatever it is, there's an opportunity there to take the ball away. Okay? So we always talk about them in both terms, right? You're teaching the fundamentals of how to make a chest tackle, how to make a shoulder tackle, where I'm fitting the shoulder with the head across the bow, right? But if he's got that ball in the far arm, stand up real quick, okay? If we've got the ball in the far arm, all right, just face that way, right? He's got the ball in the far arm, just tuck the ball away there, and I'm making contact. Anybody see over there? I'm making contact with the shoulder tackle. If I hit him violently, right, I enter contact low to high, and I make a violent contact, I may jar that elbow loose right there and have an opportunity to pop that ball out on that side. You've seen it happen on film, right? Seen players make that play before. The ball's the other side, okay? I'm coming in on profile tackle, I can see his profile there. Boom, right there, there's an opportunity to take that front hand and pop that ball out. If you hit him hard enough, that elbow will do what? Slide up. It's got to happen that quick, right? But these are just little things like that. Thank you. Those are just little things like that with each tackle you can implement that. All right, work it into your drills. All right, teach them to take the ball away. Right, every play there's a ball carrier. Right, every play there's a ball carrier, and every opportunity, most opportunities when you're tackling a guy, there's a chance to take the ball away if you teach the technique correctly and go through it. Horizontal skills. Right, horizontal skills are at the line of scrimmage. Okay, I gave a clinic once, and the guy says, "Hey, you know, we don't play press coverage." I said, "Well, what do you play on the goal line?" Right? How do you line up on those guys when the ball's on the 1 yard line? Is that not a critical situation in the game? Right? Just to make the point, right? We don't play press coverage, why do we need to work on it? Well, okay, the obvious answer, right? It's 4th and 1 at the end of the game. and your DB is defending the fade out there, guess what? He's in press coverage, right? Right? With no help. Right? They've got to know how to do that, right? So, that's a critical part of the game. I call it situational football. You talk about techniques you play, the defensive backs and all that. Maybe you're in press and you bail out of there or whatever. But there's some time in the game, and it's going to be a critical situation where you're going to have to be in press coverage. Third down, goal line, okay, situation like that. The game's on the line. It's 4th and 1, 10 seconds left, right? They need a touchdown, right? So we work a lot on horizontal skills every day, or we pick something out, and I say, if you got a 10-minute segment, you try to hit something really quick going through all of these, right? But the horizontal skills is the lateral movement, right, from press alignment. And I'll talk about this. There's 3 basic alignments, and I'll speak briefly real quick about man coverage first, and then tie that in how the same techniques work in zone. All right, but there's 3 alignments, 3 basic techniques you play in man coverage, okay? We call it a press, right, which could be anywhere from the line of scrimmage 2 yards or so off. In the CFL, we may play off a little bit more because of the waggle, right? Then there's a catch alignment. You got press, you got catch, what we call a catch alignment. Now you're inside the contact rule. I don't know what the contact rule is in the GFL, but in the NCAA, you can get away with a lot more contact past 5 yards. In the NFL and the CFL, you got to hit those guys at 3 or 4 yards. You can't, right? So, but so you got that. You press, you catch alignments 3 to 5 yards, and then off, right? Off, we would say that's an 8-yard alignment as a base. You're going to line up 8 yards off the guy. But in horizontal skills, when you're training those, the footwork for all 3 of those alignments never changes. Doesn't change. Right? If you're in man coverage, okay, and I haven't taught backpedal, I haven't mentioned backpedal yet, because for years, right, you really can't get away with it playing backpedal coverage, backpedal technique in man coverage, not at the highest level. Right? It's just proof in the pudding. Right? I haven't taught a backpedal in man coverage in decades. Okay? The only reason for that is, the biggest reason for that is you're taking an extra step. Okay? If you're in a backpedal in man coverage, once the indicator breaks, right, I'm in a backpedal, he breaks, I've got to take what? One more step to get there. Right? If I'm playing what I call skate technique, right, where my feet are working like this, okay, or I'm off like this, or however I'm doing that, right, I don't take that extra step, right? I'm already in position. That step's already been taken, and I'm just crossing over and I'm driving to the ball or the hip or whatever, right? Okay, so your alignment, press, catching off, okay? We'll talk about dividers in just a minute, and I know Brian yesterday was talking about divider rules that Saban uses and all that stuff. I learned this many years ago, but basically, right, from the sideline in, okay, your divider rule for alignment, right, if I'm in man coverage, if that's the sideline where those chairs are, 10 yards in from the sideline, that's your divider, okay, for leverage inside or outside. All right, if he's outside that, my main thinking is, and I'm talking about with help inside. You with me here? Okay? If it's 2-man or there's no help in there, that's different, right? In any coverage, and this goes for zone and man, okay? Any zone and man, for years we've taught it this way, okay? And it works, all right? This is the divider. Let's say this line, this crease in the concrete here is 10 yards from that sideline, right? The ball is in there, right? The ball is in there. If that receiver is dead on that 10-yard stripe, I'm just nose up on him, right? If he's outside that line, I'm playing him with a what? Inside shade, right? And I say inside shade. Basically, my alignment is a foot-to-crotch relationship based on the coverage, okay? I want to put my nose on the hip that I'm controlling, right? So if I'm guarding that hip, I want to put my nose right on that hip. Right? That's a basic alignment rule. It may change with what you're doing or how the ability of the player, but if I'm taking away that hip, I'm going to put my nose right on that hip. My direct vision is on the thigh board up. okay? We don't talk about the numbers. We try to keep their eyes down, right? Because the first indicator, when you start to move and all that, the most frequent habit is they raise their eyes, right? So we tell them to get lower with their eyes. Go all the way to the knee, right? Go all the way to the knee with your eyes, right? So that when you're moving around, your eyes have a tendency to, when you're backing up and moving out of there, you have a tendency to raise your eyes. So we keep them low. All right, so back to the divider, okay? All right, so everything that moves outside, okay? Everything that moves outside that divider, I should play it inside out, right? Everything that moves inside the divider, right? I'm playing it out. Outside in, so that I do what? Force it to my help, right? I've got help in there somewhere, the slant or whatever, okay? If it's a slot receiver, and I'm talking about the widest receiver, if it's a slot receiver, you know, typically I don't know what your hashes are in the CFL, but like the film we were watching yesterday, Brian had up there, somewhere around the hash maybe, okay? All right? Depending on how close your help is, you may play in a head-up technique anywhere. Everybody says, well, how do you play press from a head-up alignment? You just let the guy go where he wants to go, right? You don't worry about nothing, right? I'm going to look at the hip I'm controlling, but I'm lined up right on his nose. He goes there, I keep him there, right? He goes there, outside, I keep him there. He goes outside, he got two routes, right? You run a comeback, you run a fade. That's it, right? He goes inside, he got a lot of things he can do, right? You run a post, you run a dig, you run a curl, you run a crossing route, right? So inside out or outside in, and then from there you work off the shoulder, and we'll talk about the technique of the hands and all that in just a minute. So horizontal skills, but if I'm in a catch technique, right? Same alignment rules, I'm off right there, but my footwork doesn't change, right? As soon as that indicator moves, I'm ready to shuffle with it, move, stay parallel until I have to put my hands on it, right? In press coverage, you're trying, number one, to what? Stay in front of him, right? Stay in front of him. What's more important, my feet or my hands? Somebody answer that. Your feet. You're going to reroute him with your feet, right? The most common mistake in press coverage, in press man coverage, is stepping underneath yourself, right? Stepping underneath yourself. So when I open the run, I do this. I see that, right? What do we call that, DB coaches? Opening the gate, right? Opening the gate. Tyler said this after the Super Bowl when the Patriots beat the greatest show on turf many years ago, right? They said, well, how'd y'all slow them down? Right? They're so fast. Y'all stop them, right? And the NFL started changing their rules about contact, right? I was in NFL Europe at the time, right? They said the DBs were too aggressive on those Rams. You know, we got to cut down on the penalty. You know, they're committing fouls and they're not getting called. Ty Law said this. He said, in response to the reporter, he said, the fastest man in the world can't win the 100-meter dash if he's standing in front of him. Right? Simple as that, right? If you're standing in front of him, it don't matter how fast he is. For years in NFL Europe, we played press man and cover two and all that with corners that were not good enough to play in the NFL. And we had one of the top defenses in the league every year because press coverage, let's be honest, press coverage, if you do the footwork correct, you don't need as much skill. The off skills are harder, right? It's harder to play off than it is to play press from a physical standpoint, right? So, you know, I encourage that because if you're playing zone or man and I call it bump, off bump, right? If you're playing a cover two jam or you're playing something like that, it's the same footwork, right? Press, catch, now I'm off, I'm playing like a zero coverage, right? It's still the same. I'm going to turn my hips inside now at 45. I'm going to cheat a little bit further inside because I got no help in there, right? The footwork doesn't change, right? I'm going to put what I call skate, and the term skate came from this. Y'all seen the ice, the race around the ring, the speed ice skaters, right? What do? They push off one foot, right, and keep that other foot open, right? So I'm going that way. What am I doing? Push off that foot, right? All right, so that's basically what skating is, right? You're emphasizing what? You got about 70-30 on your feet. 70-30 body weight. Make sense? Okay, so if I'm skating to the left, I should have about 70% of my weight on what? My right foot, right? Now I've got that foot nice and light, so I can push off that foot and be able to gain ground with that lead foot. All right? The whole key to staying in phase or staying in front of a guy is keeping your toes square. All right? As soon as I start to push and I start to open that toe early, you're giving him a soft shoulder. Okay? So we'll work a technique with those toes square. All right? Keep your toes pointed that way till I have to open up. Right? We have a defensive back in Saskatchewan that's really good at this. Of course, up there, they can run 20 yards before they get to the line of scrimmage, so you really got to be good in your technique. Right? And opening the gate will get you beat in a hurry up there. Okay? But it's the same anywhere in football. If I can force that receiver to run through a square toe on contact, I call it shutting the door. Okay? If I shut the door with that hand and he forces it through, it's a natural flow from there because your foot stays in front of him all the time. Your foot's always in front of him. Right? As soon as you step underneath yourself like that, he's got nothing to slow him down except your hand. And if you miss with that or you're in a bad spot, that's not going to be near as effective as what? Make him run through your leg, through your foot. Make sense? Okay? But the 70-30 thing is critical. Right? The 70-30 thing is critical. If I'm going to exit, I'm going to exit on a fade route to that side. I've got to get my weight bearer on the inside foot so I can gain ground that way. Whether the toe's square or I'm turning to run. Right? And once I do turn to run off that release, that toe needs to go out at a 45-degree angle or 60 or whatever his exit angle is so I can get on top of him, right? Or stay in phase with the route. Okay? Anybody see the national championship game? Clemson and Alabama? Anybody see that? You see the pick six? Anybody see that? It's a zero coverage. Zero coverage. The corner that picked the ball off for a touchdown, that wasn't his guy. he was guarding number one. He was guarding the widest receiver. He played a technique, and I just want to hit this story real quick, right? You're in zero man. This is something, if you're running a concept where you're bringing more guys than they can block, right? The ball's what? It's coming out in a hurry, right? It's coming out in a hurry. There ain't but one football, right? There's only one football, right? So I'm in zero technique. I'm in zero technique, and this is what the corner from Clemson did. First drive of the game, right? Tua from Alabama. He gets a zero pressure. He's throwing hot to number two in the flat. He widens and misses a little bit because of the pressure. The corner is reading the quarterback for 2 steps. Right? He's inching back, 1,001, 1,002. Right? They ain't but one ball. It's coming out. Right? The corner on number one broke on the flat route to number two, picked it off, and it's a touchdown. Right? First drive of the national championship game this year in college football. Right? So the point there is, right, when you're off at zero coverage, right, understand what you can do with your eyes, right? And understand coordinators, right, when you're bringing pressure like that, right, you need to get home, right? Right? We talk about 1.5, 1.6 seconds in the CFL of getting there, getting home, right? You got to get home, right? So defensive back-wise, I'm in a zero technique, some people call it perfect coverage or whatever, 1,001, 1,002. The ball's not out yet. If we were late getting there, something happened on the scheme, where do my eyes go now? Back to that receiver. Right? I can't wait any longer, right? Because he could be hauling ass, right? Right? You don't know, right? But 1,001, 1,002, if you're in a zero pressure, read the quarterback. They got one football, right? Right? They can't throw it to everybody. You can see it on film. We bring American players up for the CFL. You can always tell early in camp who's buying into the technique because you have 4 DBs lined up at 8 yards off, right? And we run a zero pressure. The ball's thrown to the right flat on a hot route, and all 4 DBs break that way, right? They all break on the ball, right? Because it comes out like that, right? So teach that if you're running zero pressures and you back in guys, line up deep enough where you got the cushion to read the quarterback, right? For those first 2 steps. Right, if it's coming out fast, if he sees that pressure coming, you get more people. That helps you rally to the ball, right, coordinators? Right, you play a zero pressure, you're always worried at what? You're one-on-one over there. If all the DBs are doing the same thing and are reading the guy correctly, and the ball's thrown hot to number one on the far side, the left corner should be what? He should be breaking where the ball's from. All right, so you got what? You got extra support over the top to rally to the play. All right, makes sense? All right, so just wanted to throw that in there. You know, again, but those are all horizontal skills you talk about. We try to work on some of that stuff every day. We do a lot of drill work, and I heard one of the other coaches talking yesterday about, we don't do a lot of ball drills in individual, right? We don't either. To be honest, we work a lot on footwork. Okay, we work on hand placement, which I'm getting to next, right? With pass breakups and ball disruptions, but we don't do a lot of catching drills, right? We work a lot on the footwork, where your weight is on your foot, right? Working our triangle drill, which I'll talk about in a second, right? But that helps get that trained. The triangle drill is a good way to train the 45-degree inch, skate back and then open and run. Okay? And what you do is you just put 3 cones down. You can do it Dixie cups, you can do it with sandals, whatever. I got filmed back one time from a guy who was using shoes, right? But the drill is this. I start here and I work it right back at 45, and where my toes are straight ahead, and I'm working back at a 45, right? And I get to that first cone. The cones are about 2 yards apart. Boom. You're 1, 2. So there's a cone on each side. There's one here you start with, a yard in front. Make sense? Okay. Back here. And I'm working my open step. And what you're training there is you're training the guys not to step underneath themselves. But when I open the run at a 45 the other way, I'm what? Gaining ground that step. It's a pivot step. So I'm doing it the other way. I got my weights on how much weight I got here? 70%, right? 70% on the push foot, right? So I push it back. What happened? The weight changed from 70 to 30 right to left because I'm going to wear opposite direction, right? In a 45. So you see I didn't do this, right? I'm not stepping underneath myself. I swing that toe, I transfer my weight, and I cross over and run, right? When I'm going into if I've made a bad decision, or the guys, there's only 2 things can happen when you're inching off like that, right? You either got the guy still in front of you when he changes direction, you're doing that, or you may have to speed turn, okay? And there's a misunderstanding in this a little bit, right? If it's a speed turn, I've got my weight where I've transferred to this side, right? And I'm trying to get on that 45-degree angle going the other way with the next step, right? With the next step, right? I'm here. All right, I see it. Do it this way. Weight's here, 70%. I'm trying to do that. What I just did. It's a spin. All right, it's not a turn, it's a spin. You want to spin on that foot as fast as you can, because what? Let me show you the path, the one that slows you down more, right? You seen that? You seen that before on a speed turn? I'm going the other way, okay? Boom, right here. I'm taking an extra step. I start to turn right there, and I go here, and then there. That may happen, but in a perfect world, you want to do this, right? In a perfect world, that's what you want to have happen. Right? You want to spin on that foot because you're what? You're gaining more ground on that receiver, right? You're not losing that extra step it takes to go plant, change your weight, plant, change your weight. You keep your weight all on the outside foot. Your speed turning back to the inside. Trying to get all the way around in the 45. That's what I call a triangle drill. We do it all season. We do it all the time in the CFL. They send us video on it when they're working out. And we get an opportunity to critique and send some words back to them. All right, so horizontal skills. The next thing, when you have pass disruption opportunities, the ball is in the air. These are on thrown balls. I call it PDU or POR, pass breakup or point of reception. Okay, POR, point of reception. All right, there's 3 things that can happen. I need some more help. Thank you, my big man. Okay, so 3 things can happen. All right, only 3 things. The ball is in the air, the receiver is there, and you are there before you have an opportunity to put your hand on the ball before the ball hits his hands. All right, this technique we call palm the point. Palm the point. So the ball is coming in to his hands there, and I got an opportunity. All right, it's like playing shortstop in baseball. When the ball's hitting the hole, you do what? Stick that glove up like that right there. I call it glove it, right? I'll put my glove right there. Okay, I'm trying to put my palm on the point of the ball. All right, why my palm? Because probably my palm's where it's down at an angle. So the ball hits my hand, it should go where? To the ground. All right, it should go to the ground. Same if it's this way, I'm working around the edge of the receiver. I don't want to play through the back, right? That's a penalty. Right, the ball's almost there. I'm ready to secure the tackle with his hand, right? Always talk about the offhand to secure the tackle, right? If it's a bad throw, what are we doing? We're jumping the ball, picking it off, right? This is not that opportunity, right? The ball's almost there. You can't pick it off, but you can extend that arm, palm the point, right? See on this side, right? The ball is there, put your palm on the point, the ball will go down, right? Because your angle of your hand is what? Down, right? You don't want to bat that ball up in the air, right? So palm and the point, that's the first one. The second situation, the ball is in his hand already, right? He's got his hand on the ball, right? And I'm not there with my hand yet. We call this quick slap. Quick slap. So his hands are on the ball. I didn't get my palm on the point, but I take my hand like a 6-inch movement right there, right? Quick slap, right? That can happen anywhere. It can happen in front, and we do drills like that. We'll toss it to them. Right, I got a quick slap here, raise the ball up here. High point, right? Same thing. Pop that ball out, quick slap. Ball's low, you got a little catch coming in right here. Boom, same thing. Right? I'm not there. He's got his hands on it. Got his hands on it, right? Quick slap. Get the ball on the ground. All right? Last one. He's already caught the ball now. He's tucking it away. I'm in a chase mode. You're running away from me that way, right? He's already caught the ball, but he's starting to tuck it away, right? Tuck it right or tuck it left, right? Punch out, right? That can be called what? Either one, right? Whatever. It's a judgment called by the official. It could be an incomplete pass. Could be a what? Called fumble, right? So you're just trying to get the ball where? On the ground, right? Thank you. That's the main deal, right? If the ball's on the ground, we win, right? Those are opportunities. We work a little bit of something like that every day, right? PBUPOR. Vertical skills. Really, it's really about three things. Again, there's a trifecta in a lot of these drills, right? There's basically three positions you're in when you're playing the deep ball. Okay, and I'm talking vertical skills, we're talking about the deep throws, right? Now you can work bail technique out of it or whatever, but it's one-on-one against a receiver. You're in three. There's only three positions you can be in. All right, let's demonstrate again. All right, you're the receiver running. There's no throw yet. I'm in man coverage on this guy, and he's going down the rail. All right, we're going down the rail. I call it the railroad tracks, the sideline, right, where it looks like railroad tracks. There's only three positions I'm in. I'm in a trail where I can't see anything but his back numbers. Right? My technique is play the pocket. Right? He can't catch the ball without his hands, right? Okay, wherever you flash your hands this way, right? I shoot my hand there. You're running. Put your hands over here, right out there, boom. Right? All I'm doing is I'm running with the guy, put him up again, boom, right there. Right? When his hands go up, my hands go up. I put my hand in the pocket, the ball can't get in there, right? That's a trail technique. If you put your hands on those guys when you're not playing the ball in the NFL, that's a flag every time. I don't know what they call in the GFL for that, but you can't touch that guy if you're not playing the ball. And that's why we emphasize most of all in deep ball. If you've got position, play the ball, right? If you've got position, play the ball. If you're not playing the ball, you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt from the referee, I promise you. Right, you know what I'm saying? If you're putting your hands on and all that stuff, right? Second position, I'm in phase. What I call in phase, I can see his near number. Okay, I say step on him, right? Velcro, get hip to hip on him. As we're walking down the field, I'm trying to step on his foot. What am I doing? I'm widening that, right? I'm widening the drop zone, right? I'm widening like that, boom. Now we play this technique. I'm creating no space, no horizontal space. Step on it. Step on his foot. Put your hip on his hip. Widen the drop zone for the quarterback. All right? That's in phase. I call it in phase. I can see one number. of his front jersey, right? I can see the front number, the new number.
Do you coach elbow to bicep, or do you say put your hands on his hips, or when you shift your...
I'm here, my direct vision's on his eyes and hands, right? My direct vision here, I got a peripherous lower body though, right? Is that the question? Did I answer that correctly for you? Yeah. And then when his hands go up, that's how I react. And we'll do drills in the red zone where I'm chasing the guy and you just put your hands up either way, right? And we got to react to the hands. All right. The last position, and I think I'm running out of time here, Peter. I can see both numbers, right? I'm on top of this guy. I'm winning, right? Too much, really, right? But not in certain situations. This is what we call face up. I want to face him up, right? So we talked about one number, play this way, right? Play your eyes on the ball this way. Two numbers, face him up. I'm over here. There we go, okay? Now my eyes are back over the inside that way, right? It's a different technique. You always want to think about the red zone area. You want to face them up. Because of what? Back shoulder fade, right? The back shoulder fade, they throw that little route out there. Guess what? They put the back shoulder fade, offenses put that in because defensive backs did what? Like this, right? That's why they put it in. They're turning their back on you. We need to run a comeback out there when they do that, right? So if you've got position, right, you got the kind of position, your high shoulder like this, your two numbers, play the ball like this. If he's going away from you the other way, right, we're going this way, and I'm there, eyes are like that. Right? It's specifically for the red zone. But anytime you're in a position where you're playing deep over a receiver like that, and you've got high two-number position, both numbers, play the face-up technique, right? And you see in the NFL, there's a lot of pushing and shoving going on with that. But if you're both playing the ball, they kind of let you play usually, right? Right? Don't really call me penalties. Thank you, sir. All right? Any questions on any of that? As we went through it, kind of hard to rush there, but those are the techniques and the fundamentals there. Those are the critical part of it. Like I said yesterday, special teams, schemes overrated, matchups are not, right? If you coach the technique and the matchup technique and the ability to defend whatever you see, then you're going to have success. The player's going to have success. If you're giving them nuggets of information to make them better, they're going to play for you. Right? They're going to play for you if you're making them better. All right? I want to thank Martin. I've got a couple of breakout sessions here. I want to thank Martin, Peter, everybody for having me back. It's been a long time, been too long since I've been here. It's great seeing Shuan and Marcus and Lee and all the guys I've met before and the new guys I've met here now. And I wish y'all the best in the upcoming season. And I'll be watching. I'll be keeping an eye on that live feed from the States, and we'll see how it goes from there. Wish y'all the best.